After losing Nick Chubb for the season, the Browns now have some injury concerns with Deshaun Watson. The Cleveland quarterback is questionable to play Sunday after being limited in practice all week by a shoulder injury. The news much more clear for quarterback Bryce Young. The Panthers' first overall pick will play Sunday after being out last week with an ankle injury. Fourth overall pick Anthony Richardson is also back from a one-game absence. The Colts quarterback cleared concussion protocol and will play Sunday. So will Dolphins receiver Jalen Waddle. He missed Miami's 70-point performance last Sunday with concussion. And the Lions will be getting back receiver Jamison Williams on Monday, 2 weeks early after the NFL revised its gambling policy. Players like Williams caught betting on non-NFL games from team facilities will now be suspended 2 games instead of 6 for a first violation, while betting on NFL games could lead to a 2-year ban. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
A lot of schools talk about training the cybersecurity workforce of the future, but do they really deliver? My Computer Career has been supplying the IT workforce with thousands of skilled, certified pros for 15 years. Train with the experts in support, networking, or cybersecurity and start your career in months, not years. Upskill even faster. On campus or live online, qualified students may get financial aid, including the GI Bill. My Computer Career. Accredited, acclaimed, effective. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu.
Omaha Steaks semi-annual sale covers your cravings with 50% off site-wide. That's half off tender, juicy, extra-aged steaks like their butcher's cut filet mignons. Order at omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout and get an extra $30 off. Endless flavor and value on incredible Omaha Steaks entrees, scrumptious sides, and decadent desserts. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use code GARDEN at checkout today. Minimum purchase may apply.
Omaha Steaks, America's original butcher.
Imperial Valley AM 1230 Kxo El Centro. It is the best oldies on the radio. It is Saturday, September the 30th. Good morning, everyone. My name is Aaron. Let's talk about some things at this day in history. I like doing this kind of stuff. On this day in history, September the 30th, 1947, a World Series was broadcasted on the TV for the first time. Now, it's odd to think about the World Series on September the 30th, now that we have more divisions and then more playoff teams. They were actually finishing it up pretty much at the end of September. The New York Yankees beat the Brooklyn Dodgers 5-3 in Game 1 of the World Series, the first Fall Classic game broadcast on television ever. It is the second Subway Series between the Yankees and the Dodgers and first World Series to involve a black player. Jackie Robinson of the Dodgers broke Major League Baseball's color barrier 6 months earlier. While Red Barber and Mel Allen called the game on the radio, Bob Stanton described the action on NBC. 1939, first regular season Major League Baseball game was broadcast on TV, and by 1947, television was still a luxury. Sorry about that. And that was broadcast by 1947. Television was still a luxury. Fewer than 50,000 TVs were used in the United States. Wow, 50,000. That's amazing. Mostly bars and restaurants and private clubs, you can watch the World Series on television. That's kind of amazing. Also on this date, on September 30th, BBC Radio 1 goes live on the air. It was the first time the UK first national pop radio station, BBC Radio 1, was launched. The station was established as a successor to the BBC Light program, which had broadcast music and other shows since the end of the World War II. Radio 1, meanwhile, was created as a direct response to the rapid success of offshore pirate radio stations, such as Radio Caroline and Radio London, which have been outlawed by the UK Parliament. I remember those, actually. It was like a boat out on the water past 2 miles. You were suddenly a pirate radio station. Radio 1 served as the home to such legendary DJs as John Peel, Alan Freeman, Kenny Everett, Tony Blackburn, while today remains one of the most influential music stations around the world. Also on this day, on September 3rd, James Dean, he dies in a car accident. The 24-year-old actor James Dean is killed in California when his Porsche hit a Ford Tudor sedan at an intersection. The driver of the other car, 23-year-old California Polytech State University student Donald Turnipseed, well, I did not know that, was dazed by mostly uninjured. Donald Turnipseed. Well, Dean's passenger, Hermaine Porsche, mechanic Rolf Wutterick, was badly injured but survived. Only one of Dean's movies, East of Eden, had been released at the time of his death. Rebel Without a Cause and Giant opened shortly afterwards, but he was already on his way to superstardom, as the crash did make him a legend. Also on this day, Angela Lansbury's Murder, She Wrote debuted, and also The Flintstones debuted as well. Oddly enough, The Simpsons made the top spot, which isn't surprising, of the number of animated cartoons ranked. Simpsons was number 1. Oddly enough, Flintstones was number 2. It was created at first to be a cartoon for adults. The Flintstones. Let's get to some celebrity birthdays. September 30th, actor Angie Dickinson is 92. Singer Sissy Houston is 90. Singer Johnny Mathis is 88. Actor Lynn Carew, TV's Blue Bloods and the Four Seasons film, is 84. Singer Marilyn McCoo is 80. Actor John Finn, Cold Case, is 71. Actor Calvin Levels, Adventures in Babysitting, is 69. Actor Barry Williams from The Brady Bunch is also 69. Actor Crystal Bernard from Wings is 62. Eric Stoltz is 62, also an actor. Monica Bellucci from The Passion of the Christ and The Matrix Reloaded is 59. Actor Andrea Roth from Rescue Me is 56. Amy Landecker, The Handmaid's Tale, is 54. Actor Silas Weir Mitchell Grimm is 54. Actor Tony Hale from Veep and Arrested Development is 53. We have actor Tony Trucks from SEAL Team is 43. Lacey Chabert from Mean Girls and Party of Five is 41. And Kieran Culkin is 40, where rapper T-Pain is today 39. Happy birthday, everyone.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah! Really, are you ready?
Kxo AM 1230 has primetime NFL football. The best matchup on Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night. No fees. NFL football is free on AM 1230. Don't miss any of the action. NFL primetime football on AM 1230 is brought to you by Southwest Security Services, Brownie's Diner, the Town Pump, and El Centro RV Service Center.
We here at Kxo would like to wish a happy birthday to Anissa Cruz, Alex Gill, Melissa Hirales, Isabel Jaime, Eric Perez, Cassandra Ramos, Jesse Galvez, Blanca Hirales Martin, Clarissa Schultz, Ray De La Rosa Sr., Emilia Hernandez, Jeffrey Brooker, Darren Guzman, Eric Torres, Diana Lara, Rosalinda Pineda, Norma and Nancy Serna, Antonia Lemuz, Jaden Wilson, Teresa Ornelas, Lance Coombs, Paul Longoria, Mary Borchard, J.J. Galvin, Michael Flanagan, Osric Vallarta, Lisa Marquez, Melissa Caslun, and Fabiola Ornelas. Happy birthday from all of us here at KXL. I think I know a few of those people in there, maybe a Longoria or two, maybe. They had high school football last night. We had the city championship where the mayor's trophy was on the line. Central High School visiting Southwest High School, 42-6. You can listen live. We do have a AM 1230 KXL Central High School football. You can go to our YouTube page where you can subscribe. It's free, and go to our website, kxoradio.com. But that's quite the spanking, isn't it? Calexico went to Imperial and lost 26-14. Also, Brawley was at Scripps Ranch, where Scripps Ranch beat them 32-19. Vincent Memorial and Palo Verde, it says fourth quarter, so maybe this is wrong. It says 21-21. Maybe I should have looked that up earlier, but I do see Holtville beating El Cajon 29-0. That's quite the spanking as well. All right, let's get on with the rest of this show. It's world and California news headlines brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Brief. A possible government shutdown if Congress fails to reach a budget deal by midnight Eastern time. That means limited or no government services, like getting a marriage license.
We did not want to take any chances, so we prioritized getting here today, making sure we can take care of this so there were no risks.
Striking auto workers say it's about fairness.
We're working, we're building, our hands hurt, our back hurt, but we're building these trucks, so why can't we get paid for it? Why can't we get a raise? No, the executives getting raises.
Nearly 3 decades after his death, an arrest in the murder of music icon Tupac Shakur. The suspect is Dwayne Keith Davis.
Davis has denied firing the weapon, though prosecutors say he did call the shots, which is enough to warrant a murder charge in the state of Nevada. He will appear in court next week for arraignment.
CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti. CBS News Brief. I'm Linda Kenyon.
VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Tributes coming in from both sides of the aisle for California Senator Dianne Feinstein, who died in her Washington home at the age of 90 Thursday night. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, also of California, led a tribute on the House floor.
Please rise for a moment of silence in remembrance of the late Honorable Senator Dianne Feinstein.
California Governor Gavin Newsom now has to name a replacement to fill out the rest of Feinstein's term. He says he will pick a black woman to replace her, but will try to avoid anyone already running for the seat like Representative Barbara Lee. Former President Donald Trump spoke at the California Republican Convention in Anaheim. He told reporters at a Carvel ice cream store that California's in bad shape.
It's in a lot of trouble, California. They're doing very badly, and we'll turn it all around. The whole country's going to be turned around. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Who wants a Carvel?
Mike Salcedo, California Headline News.
World California News has been brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
California headline news. Tributes coming in from both sides of the aisle for California Senator Dianne Feinstein, who died in her Washington home at the age of 90 Thursday night. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, also of California, led a tribute on the House floor.
Please rise for a moment of silence in remembrance of the late Honorable Senator Dianne Feinstein.
California Governor Gavin Newsom now has to name a replacement to fill out the rest of Feinstein's term. He says he will pick a black woman to replace her, but will try to avoid anyone already running for the seat like Representative Barbara Lee. Former President Donald Trump spoke at the California Republican Convention in Anaheim. He told reporters at a Carvel ice cream store that California's in bad shape.
It's in a lot of trouble, California. They're doing very badly, and we'll turn it all around. The whole country's going to be turned around. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Who wants...
Mike Salcedo, California Headline News.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the whoops. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy. Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Page 1 of the local news is a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Well, we had a minor shaker yesterday. A small earthquake jolted the Imperial Valley Friday afternoon. The magnitude 3.1 tremor was recorded at 12:13 p.m. with the epicenter about a mile west-northwest of Heber. Residents reported that they heard the earthquake and then felt a sharp jolt. There was no reports of injury or damage. Cantaloupes recall. The voluntary recall of nearly 6,500 cases of whole cantaloupe has been announced by the Food and Drug Administration. The fruit, sold under the brand name Candy, may potentially be contaminated with salmonella. That is K-A-N-D-Y, by the way, a bacterium that can cause serious and sometimes fatal infections for young children, frail or elderly people, and those with a weakened immune system. The cantaloupe was distributed by Eagle Produce, LLC, based in Scottsdale, Arizona. The potentially contaminated fruit was distributed in California as well as a number of other southwestern states. Consumers should not eat the recalled melons. And Pioneers Museum has hired a lead artist. Imperial County Historical Society of Pioneers Museum receives a grant. It was a Far South North Border grant providing $140,000 of support for organizations in Imperial County to hire artists and cultural practitioners to develop and implement public awareness projects to encourage public engagement. Pioneers Museum has announced they have hired their lead artist, Marcy Landeros. To lead the next round of artists, they are hiring and assist in developing exhibitions and events at Pioneers Museum over the next year. KXO News Time is 7:43.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
Now for more news, we have the former union head sentenced. Former president of Local 2805 chapter of the American Federation of Government Employees was sentenced Wednesday. Felix Luciano, a former Department of Homeland Security officer, was convicted of embezzling $36,000 from the union. That represents Department of Homeland Security. Immigration and Customs Enforcement employees in San Diego and Imperial counties. Luciano used some Local 2805 money for a variety of personal expenses, including shopping, groceries, dining, dry cleaning, and other items by writing checks from the union's account and using the union's credit and debit cards. Wow. Luciano was sentenced to 4 months in custody for filing a false report to conceal his embezzlement. He was also ordered to repay the $36,000 and a $10,000 fine. We also have a Brawley cleanup. The city of Brawley is hosting a cleanup event for October the 7th. Throwaway items accepted at the event include furniture, yard waste, appliances without Freon, and e-waste. Residents can also drop off up to 9 tires for free without a transportation waiver from Environmental Health. Passenger light-duty truck tires and rims will be accepted. No commercial dumping and cover loads are required. Residents must provide proof of residency, water bill, and valid ID with your name matching the bill. Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you never need an appointment.
3rd and 7 coming up for the Raiders. Throws, and he's got his tight end barrel. It's nothing but green grass in front of him. 10.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on FM 107.5.
Took a lick and spun out of it. It's a 27-yard pickup.
Don't miss any of the action as the Raiders contend for the AFC West title. Raiders football on FM 107.5 is brought to you by
Southwest Security Services, El Central RV Service Center, Brownie's Diner, and the Town Pump.
Page, we got to page 2 of the local news. This was sponsored by Minchie's Frozen Yogurt and Roundtable Pizza, 508 East Dannenberg Road in El Centro. A little more news here. We have Walk for Recovery. Imperial County Behavioral Health Services invites you to Walk for Recovery on Saturday, September the 30th. That's today. The walk will be held at Buckland Park in El Centro from 9 a.m. to noon. The Walk for Recovery is designed to increase public awareness surrounding mental health and addiction recovery. There will be speakers as well as vendors. And the IID has a tree program. The tree program is for all residential IID customers in Imperial Valley and Eastern Coachella Valley. The Imperial Irrigation District says a total of 800 trees will be planted through the program. IID account holders can register for their free shade tree by going to iidtreeforall.org. A valid active IID contract account is required. Reservations are limited to 1 tree per every 12 months. And also a DUI checkpoint. In El Centro Police Department will hold a driving under the influence checkpoint. Be warned, El Centro Police will be manning a checkpoint from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Saturday. That's today. 2 a.m. tonight, which was Sunday technically, near the intersection of Imperial Avenue and Holt. Location is based on data showing incidents of impaired driving related to crashes, according to El Centro Police Sergeant Adrian Chilpa. The primary purpose of the checkpoint is to promote public safety by taking suspected impaired drivers off the road. Funding for the program was provided by a grant from the California Office of Traffic Safety through the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. KXO News Time, 7:47.
Imperial Valley now has a Round Table Pizza, serving superior pizza, inspired by the honor of valor and revelry of the Knights of the Round Table. The quality and authenticity have earned them the reputation of pizza royalty. Now, for a limited time, receive a personal pizza with 6 slices, cheese, and a topping of your choice, including a 20-ounce soda for only $9.95, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Round Table Pizza, now open, next to Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, 508 East Annenberg Drive in El Centro.
According to the National Weather Service, a potent weather system will lead to windy conditions and much cooler temperatures this weekend. Winds are expected to be strongest this afternoon and evening, leading to areas of blowing dust and resulting in critical fire weather. Below normal temperatures set in by Sunday and continue into the start of next week. A gradual warm-up will transpire through the rest of the week with dry weather expected to continue. For today, patchy blowing dust after 3 p.m., sunny with a high near 84. Windy with a west wind 15 to 20 miles per hour, increasing to 25 to 30 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 50 miles per hour. Tonight, areas of blowing dust before 11 p.m., mostly clear with a low around 63. Windy with a west wind 25 to 30 miles per hour, decreasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 45 miles per hour. For Sunday, sunny with a high near 81, breezy with a west-northwest wind around 15 miles per hour, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour. And by Monday, sunny with a high near 85, winds around 10 miles per hour. Currently in Island, it is 71 degrees. Mexicali, 66 degrees. And downtown El Centro, 71 degrees with a 47% humidity. The winds are out of the west at 23 miles per hour, so it's already kicking up pretty good. Now, this has created an air quality problem for us, everyone. Right now, currently, it's moderate for the entire valley, except for in the Island area where it is unhealthy for its sensitive groups, which means people with heart or lung disease, older adults, and children should reduce prolonged or heavy exertion. As the wind continues through the day, that will most likely get worse. Now, we do have a National Weather Service air quality warning for today. Has issued an air quality alert due to increased particulate matter from blowing dust. The air quality alert is in effect from noon until midnight today. In areas directly impacted by high levels of wind-blown dust, limit your exposure by remaining indoors with windows and doors closed and avoid vigorous physical activity. Run your air conditioner or an air purifier. If temperatures allow, avoid using whole house fans or swamp coolers that bring in outside air. Just remember, it's not great as the wind will slowly blow all that stuff out of here. But as of today, today just kind of relax inside. Go shopping, perhaps. Maybe that's the answer. Page 2 of the local news with the weather is delivered by Round Table Pizza and Menchie's Frozen Yogurt, 50 East Dannenberg Drive in El Centro.
More than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio for their news, traffic, weather, sports, and a community connection. It's the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times. It's critical that we keep AM radio in cars, because when cell and internet services are down, this free emergency service could be your only lifeline. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
It's time for Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. Well, let's talk about some golf. John Ram says he has no issue with Brooks Koepka after child barb in Guidonia, Monticello, Italy. That's fun to say. John Ram says he has no issues with Brooks Koepka after the American accused him of acting like a child Friday at the Ryder Cup. But Ram did admit to taking out his frustration by hitting one of the boards leading up to the 18th tee. Ram, a partner Nikolai Hojgaard managed to get a key half point for Europe on Friday when they tied their 4-ball match against Koepka and Scottie Scheffler on the number 18th hole. Having been 2 holes down with 3 to play, Ram chipped in front of 63 feet for eagle on the 16th and then slotted a 35-foot putt on the 18th to tie the match. Koepka was clearly frustrated and said it in a television interview. I want to hit a board and pout just like John Ram did, but, it is what it is. Act like a child, but we're adults. We move on. Ram was asked about the comments Saturday after he helped Europe to a 9.5 to 2.5 lead after the morning foursomes, where he and Tyrrell Hatton defeated Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele 2-1. We also have some boxing. Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo both weighed in at 167.4 pounds. Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo both weighed in at the right time and the same amount one day before they will meet for Alvarez for 168-pound title. I believe that's tonight. Alvarez's boxing top star will make the third defense of his undisputed super middleweight championship on Saturday in Las Vegas. Charlo will compete above 154 pounds for the first time. It was actually his brother, I believe. Jermell wasn't even going to be the original opponent. It was his twin brother, Jermall, who was first earmarked to face Alvarez. Jermall is the bigger Charlo and holds the WC title at 160 pounds, but he wasn't competing since June 2021 because of a quote-unquote personal matter. So Jermell stepped in. They look the same, Alvarez 33 told ESPN on Wednesday. Same size, same everything. I don't really care which Charlo brother it is. I think he can handle the weight, too, because he's taller, added Alvarez, who was 5'8", while Charlo is 6 foot. He's strong. I think the extra weight is going to be good for him. Maybe he struggled to make the 154. And we'll back up to this.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And for more sports here, we had the San Francisco Giants firing their manager Gabe Kapler on Friday after a late-season collapse that dropped the team out of playoff contention and prompted questions about the franchise's direction going forward. The firing is made with 3 games remaining in this season, and the Giants sporting a 78-81 record. In a statement, Giants president of baseball operations Farhan Zaidi said he made the recommendation to ownership to fire Kapler and then did so after receiving their approval. Kai Correa is managing the Giants' final 3 games, including Friday's 6-2 loss to the Los Angeles Dodgers. And speaking of Kai Correa, Dodgers manager and Dave Roberts and acting Giants skipper Kai Correa stood for a photo as they exchanged pregame lineup cards. They were believed to be the first managers or head coaches of Asian descent to face each other in any of the 4 major U.S. sports. Freddie Freeman made a little history of his own by hitting his 59th double of the season. He then scored on a 3-run homer by J.D. Martinez, lifting National League West champion Los Angeles past the San Francisco Giants 6-2. Wilmer Flores homered and hit an RBI single for the Giants, who were managed by bench coach Correa. San Francisco fired manager Gabe Kapler earlier in the day, as I already mentioned. And the big spending Padres were eliminated from playoff contention. The Padres will spend the offseason wondering what went wrong. The high-spending Padres were eliminated from postseason contention on Friday night, despite a 3-2 win over the White Sox, a finality that prompted Manny Machado to give a teammate post-game pep talk. We did what we were supposed to do, but a little too late, Machado said. We're going to grow from this. We're capable of playing better baseball than we did this year. Juan Soto was batting in the 7th inning when the Miami Marlins completed a 4-3 come-from-behind win at Pittsburgh for their 83rd win, getting them over 500, or getting them to 500, ensuring the Padres would not get one of the National League's 3 wildcard berths. You've been listening to Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Kxo AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, Public service announcements on the KXO info line or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
I failed to mention our financial news and weather is brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers live scan fingerprinting for the public. Let's talk about our stocks. Our U.S. stocks closed out a weak September with another wobble as high Treasury yields and oil prices took their toll alongside a growing realization that the Federal Reserve's high-altitude interest rates could be with us for a while. The S&P 500 index dropped for a fourth consecutive week and lost 4.9% for the month. Not even seemingly good news on inflation was enough to lift the market's spirits. Earlier Friday, the government said that overall personal consumption expenditure index, the PCE, rose 0.4% in August from July. In line with what analysts were expecting, the core rate, which excludes food and energy, rose a slightly smaller than expected 0.1%. PCE is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. Be right back after this.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
And lastly, Elon Musk X Corporation, facing its own legal claims over unpaid rent, has sued financial services company to recoup more than $713,000 in allegedly past due rent and other fees stemming from a sublease agreement for their San Francisco office space. X, formerly known as Twitter, sued Atlas Exploration in San Francisco's Superior Court on Thursday in a complaint alleging breach of contract. Financial news has been brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Friday nights are for football, and we have it on KXO AM 1230. Catch the action with Carol Buckley and John Dripple as we bring you the best matchup of the week with either the Central Spartans or Southwest Eagles. High school football is brought to you by
McNeese Mart at Dogwood and Main in El Centro. Johnny's Burrito in Brawley, El Centro, and Imperial. Also has a mobile automotive service. And K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial with daily lunch special.
This is CBS News on the Hour.
I'm Allison Keys. The clock is ticking down to what seems to be a likely government shutdown as of midnight. Millions of people could be affected, and there's already finger pointing. CBS's Christina Raffini with more.
Air traffic controllers, farmers.
It's important to us to have the government up and running.
Members of the military.
A paycheck being missed is a big problem.
Real people are about to feel the real consequences of a government shutdown.
The House fails to fulfill its most basic function. It fails to fund government by tomorrow. We'll have failed all our troops.
House Republicans are in a closed-door meeting at this hour trying to come up with a deal. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says there's still a small chance with a caveat.
I think if we had a clean one without Ukraine on it, we could probably be able to move that through. I think if the Senate puts Ukraine on there and focuses Ukraine over America, I think that could cause real problems.
Thousands more United Auto Workers walked off the job, adding Illinois and Michigan to the list of affected states. WWJ-TV reporter Ibrahim Samra with more.
7,000 more UAW workers walked out, joining the picket lines. The announcement coming as the strike expanded at a Ford plant in Chicago and at a GM plant in East Lansing. But for Stellantis, things standing still for now.
Nearly 30 years after rapper Tupac Shakur was fatally shot in a Las Vegas drive-by, there's been an arrest. CBS's Michael George.
This case has been open for 27 years. There's been theories and speculation, but a lot of people thought there would never be an arrest. That all changed Friday morning when Las Vegas police arrested 60-year-old Dwayne Davis. Investigators say he's a Crips gang leader who ordered Shakur's murder, and they say they've had their eye on him for a long time.
Now to Nebraska, where a new law restricting gender-affirming care for people under the age of 19 takes effect this weekend. It allows those already getting treatment to continue, but blocks it for most new patients. KMTV reporter Aaron Haggerty.
Timothy Tesmer is the state's new chief medical officer and ear, nose, and throat specialist. The law assigns him with crafting the specifics of when minors under 19 can be prescribed puberty blockers and hormones. The law goes into effect October 1st, but those specifics are not in place.
Former President Jimmy Carter turns 99 this weekend. At the White House, a three-tiered wooden red, white, and blue birthday cake is on the North Lawn. In Atlanta, the Jimmy Carter Library and Museum is moving up his birthday celebrations to today due to the threat of that government shutdown. He's the longest-lived U.S. president. This is CBS News.
If you need to hire, you need Indeed, because Indeed's all-in-one hiring solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
As the leaves change, leave the hiring to Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. And Indeed's interview tool lets you schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from their website. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
Exergen thermometers are the smart choice when selecting a thermometer. With children back at school, keeping them healthy is important. Got a fever? Stay home. To detect fever accurately at home, you need a clinically accurate, fast, and non-invasive thermometer. The Exergen thermometer is backed by over 100 clinical studies. Accuracy matters. Be smart and safe. Measure accurately with Exergen thermometers. Available at Walgreens and other participating retailers. Learn more at Exergen.com.
A move to save a beloved bear.
It's a bold move by the state of New South Wales, where the fate of the koala is most vulnerable. Logging has torn up a lot of the koala's natural habitat on Australia's east coast, but that's about to change.
This is one of our most significant and important investments to save koalas in the wild.
Environment Minister Penny Sharp, about a 30 square mile area has been earmarked as a protected koala park zone, which means logging will cease in the area in a bid to prevent koalas from extinction. Scott Mayman for CBS News, Canberra, Australia.
You might want to get in line early. The Powerball prize tonight is a whopping $960 million. There have been 30 consecutive draws.